welcome back to yet another episode of the Talk of the Sports podcast. I'm here, Shags, here again with Kaz. Um, Thank y'all for being here once again. Before we get started, go ahead and drop that like, comment, share, subscribe, hop on our live, and
Yes, please.
yeah. Uh, Kaz, how you feeling? How you feeling this week?
Good, feeling good. How are you feeling?
Man, I feel great now that I'm reminded that I get to really reflect on the
Feeling
things that
good.
happened.
All good. All's well that hopefully ends well.
Yes, yes, yes. It's looking like well, let's not jinx it. Let's get into the first topic.
Yes. Let's do this.
PSG are
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I figured out that I actually love to say I told you so. I love to say it. It fills me with joy, right?
Wait, we.
Okay, okay. That's we have that in common. Like it's just so like after like being right and like revenge, I told you so is right up there.
It's not about Barcelona though.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Just keep that
Okay.
the segment.
Okay. Just saying. But okay.
Um, I guess we
I was the only one who called PSG Inter Milan final, by the way. So
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. We were all in agreement last week. We were all three of us were in agreement. We all chose Inter going through.
PSG Inter?
Yes,
Really?
yes, we did.
Okay.
We were all correct. We were all in agreement, all three of us, which is super rare, but correct nonetheless.
It's okay. Okay.
But yeah, like the PSG,
Really about Barcelona? Okay. Okay.
we were go watch it. It's there. It's there. It's you could go click it right now. In fact, fans, go check it. We were all right. But hey, PSG, they did the business. They outgunned the gunner.
Yes, I did.
Super I super easy to call. Only people who thought they were going through were Arsenal fans. And I don't know if PSG has haters. I don't know. Maybe Mbappe. Hey, like, I, anything you'd like to add to this? Like, hey, was it?
It's a pretty easy call. No surprise.
Yeah, it's
Nothing. Yeah.
for Arsenal. I guess all I can say to them is like maybe next season. Like we'll find out the next season of Arteta's
Yeah.
reign.
On
I think it'll
season
be
Arteta season 6 or season 7? Season 6.
season 8. I think.
Season 8. Season
Yeah.
8.
Well, pretty much. I know he's been trophyless for 5 years in a row now. Well, I don't know what stage this is, but we'll find out this summer if they actually sign a striker and figure out
Osimhen.
keep their boys healthy. Osimhen would be a good Osimhen. Like, look, at this point, sign anybody that is decent.
Seshko.
Osimhen would do a great job for them. That's if Man U don't have something to say about that, or
And you have two
even
strikers.
Chelsea. Man U have half a striker combined.
And a 9.5.
Come on, let's not compliment. Well, Holland has been scoring, but yeah. On the more interesting side of the bracket, Inter Barca, another classic game, probably one of the best ties. It's tied for the highest scoring tie in Champions League history with Liverpool and Roma. But like we predicted, like Barcelona, of course they can score goals, but they cannot defend them to save their lives. And Inter at home with their experience, the drive, playing like Barcelona owed them money. Lamine Yamal could not score this time around, even though he is still a great all around play. Was great to watch, but Inter are into a final, Champions League final once again, second time in 3 years.
Yes, sir.
I'm not surprised at all with this. I say I was surprised the first leg. Definitely was surprised. But second leg, I was like, yeah, they got this. They deserve to be here. Um, do you have anything to say about the Barca complaining about the refs in this game?
That's always the refs I see.
Yeah,
Barca complaining. I see a pattern. Barca complaining the refs about the refs. Arsenal and Mikel Arteta complaining about the refs.
yeah.
What a pattern. Hmm.
It's like
Interesting. My pattern recognition skills are quite astute.
it's
Interesting.
very funny. I saw a
Yeah.
quote today. It's like winners celebrate and losers like find excuses and try to explain why they lost. Like just take your L. You
Just
know?
take the L, learn from it, move on, win next time.
That's why it's like Lamine Yamal, like, what do you even want to do with a Champions League trophy at 17? Like you'll be
He's
alright.
won everything. He's good.
I'm like, bro, you'll be
He's fine.
alright. Like your Champions League is loading. In fact, Barca actually haven't won a Champions League in a while.
Barcelona. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
been
thought you
like
said
what
Arsenal.
2010. I
I was
just
about to
forget.
say Arsenal have never won a Champions League, but it's okay.
Yeah, when was the last time these guys won a Champions League? It's like you don't even.
Pretty sure I was still in college.
Yeah, it had to be that like Messi was
Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Luis Enrique,
was under Luis Enrique. Oh my,
Luis Enrique. Yes,
yeah,
the irony.
damn, Jesus.
The irony.
It beat Juve 3-1, and it was Luis Enrique. That's crazy. It's all come full circle. But hey, like I have no doubt in Hansi Flick that they'll be back. I think we were talking earlier this season about how they're just a young team, and the kids need to grow up.
They need time.
Time
Yep.
time needs to pass. They need to take this pain. They need to learn. They need to be better
Gain experience.
defensively. Yeah, they need
Mm-hmm.
to maybe shore up their defense. Like they need to figure out how to keep the ball more instead of always like being vulnerable to counters. Like like ours, like Barca in the prime was. Their best defense is when they actually have the ball, not when they're off it.
Tough to keep the ball nowadays.
It's like
You know, tough to keep the ball.
like those prime city. I think I you saw the video I sent you of like prime city how they play. Like I just thank God
But yeah,
they don't
it
play
was
like that
it was
anymore.
different.
But it's like
Yeah,
I need to find a clip of prime Barcelona because they were even better than that. Pep has been chasing that prime Barcelona really like all this time, and it's scary a team that can hold the ball and
yeah.
they don't need to defend because like why you can't.
Like I said, it's tough these days. It's tough to do that these days, man. Everybody know the angles. Yeah, just play the angles. Yeah, everybody knows. People are getting smarter.
We'll see. I definitely support flick ball. I don't think it's like pep ball at all. I think it's more dynamic back and forth. But
Oh
I,
yeah, flick ball is different. Pep ball is different. Obviously,
I think I prefer flick ball. But the thing is, they can't hang on the defensive end. They really can't.
because they're kids. They have an 18-year-old playing center back. They're kids.
They need some experience back there.
They have an 18-year-old playing left back. They have another young player playing right back. Like they're kids.
Tough. But hey, they still have a treble. It's not the treble they wanted, but they have a El Clasico this weekend.
Yes, they do.
What
Yes,
is that?
they
Is that
do.
Saturday?
Mm,
No, it is Sunday. Is it?
May 11th. Yes.
Yes, Sunday, 10 a.m. at Barcelona. This is for all the marbles in the Liga. Uh,
Man, my Sunday's full. Chelsea game at 7, then El Clasiquizo.
yeah, it's like Barca are 4 points ahead with.
Hmm. It's not necessarily for all the marbles, but if Real Madrid win this, they
They're
put
they're
themselves
right back in it.
right back in right in the middle of it.
They'll only be 1 point behind with 38 games, so there'll be 3 games left. Yep.
Close, cutting it close.
If Barca win, that would put them
They'll
7
be good.
points.
Yeah, yeah,
They would have to lose twice and draw once. Basically, they'd have to not win any of their last 3 games to bottle it.
yeah.
Well,
Yes, sir.
Real Madrid, this is it for Real Madrid. This is like the ultimate win. They just must. It's win or go home. It's their final. They literally have nothing left. But
Winners win. Losers think about winners.
I would even say like based on their opponents and the rest of the 3 game, it's evenly matched. It all comes down to this. Like if anybody, whoever wins this, it's. But even if Real Madrid do win, you know, Barca just have to win out. Because
Yeah,
if Real Madrid win this, they're gonna win out. Like they need this more than
yeah. They need everything they can get at this point.
huh? Damn, Barcelona,
Everything they can get at this.
Barcelona have lost their European pedigree so much they weren't invited to the Club World Cup. That's how long it's been since they've won in
Are
Europe.
they not as
2014. It's been 10 years.
interesting? Very interesting.
That's funny. Or sad,
Well,
depending on who you ask. Yeah, I think Barca. I don't think Barca loses this game. I don't think they win outright. But you know what? I think it's just like who is more upset right now? Barca with 2 trophies and a 4 point lead, or Real Madrid with nothing. And I think they just confirmed that Ancelotti is gone.
obviously Madrid, but Madrid is getting Xabi Alonso, so
Yeah,
I would I wouldn't write them off just yet.
like,
But yeah,
do you think that they have what it takes to just get it together and win out?
yes, but we'll see. We'll see if they actually can, because I think they have what it takes. But can they do it?
Will they? Can they pull it
Will
together?
they do it? Can it be done? Will it be done? To be continued.
Yeah, I think they're like hurt wolves, like a bear who like fell from a tree and hurt itself. Like it's still super dangerous. I would not approach the bear like at all. Don't poke it. Let it sleep, but because it can still do you damage. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. I don't really have any like picks there. I'd say it's advantage Barcelona because, duh, obviously it is. They're at home and they have the lead. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um,
Well,
yeah, back to the Champions League though. Before we go into the final, I really I have so much that I could say about Arsenal and where they're at.
hey, go ahead.
I just don't care enough. Like, I have more bad things to say than I have good things to say. And it's not as good when I have a fellow Chelsea fan who can see clearly. Like, did you know that 35% of all of Arsenal's trophies are community shields?
So what? They still got trophies. I'm just arguing from hey. I'm just being a.
35%.
They still got trophies. That's what they'll say.
Yeah, it's so funny when you start to dig into like just analyze and read between the lines. But yeah, they still got trophies. They still got trophies.
Just not this year.
Or for their Fast Five,
Just not this year.
you know,
That's like forever.
I,
Yeah,
like my favorite joke is like Arsenal still have twice as many Champions League as Chelsea because 2 times 0 is still 0. It's just it's so fun. It's too easy. It's so fun. Man, I start.
and they don't have twice as many.
Yeah,
It's just
they
two.
don't. They don't. They just have 0.
Yeah,
That's
it's, so
that's the joke. They just have 0. You know, I hope when next season comes, if next season, because this season I started feeling bad for them at some point. I started cheering for them.
yeah, we don't
When
feel bad.
next season comes, like there's zero sympathy left because it's like when you have a clear path to success and you're just choosing not to take it, you can't blame refs. You can't blame
Agreed.
you can't blame
Definitely
anything.
agree with that.
You can't blame injuries. You can't blame nothing. It's like you've been building up to this, but you're not doing that final piece that you say you need. You're still not doing it. So hey,
Facts.
it's
Big
like
facts.
Arsenal is like when you're like a 35-year-old man and you're blaming your ex from 10 years ago for your life not going the way it should. You know, it's like, what are you doing? You know, it's like it's up to you at that point. Grown ass man, still finding excuses. You know, it's like showing up to work and you have the tools to get a job done, but you just don't use the tools. And then when the job isn't done, you're like, oh well, they didn't let me. I couldn't log into my account. Yeah, it's the story of Arsenal. Hopefully, like, can we just agree not to talk about them for the rest of the season? Because it's like every episode we rip on
Pretty
them.
simple.
They're done.
Pretty simple to do that.
Wait, hold up,
Not that hard.
hold up. You know, because they're still kind of a main character in this season. There's a Liverpool,
Main character.
very much a main character in the Premier League this season. Very much,
Oh,
very much. I mean, yeah, they
unless they lose their games. Mm.
well, they still do have you know something to say about how the top five finishes.
They
Yeah.
do have to still play for top four finish. You're absolutely right, but I think they'll get it. I mean, I don't see them losing their games.
But
To
what
be honest,
about the Liverpool game? They go to Anfield on.
they'll probably win that game. Honest, I'm so serious. Mikel Marino will come out and score 2 goals. Saka will have a goal. Martinelli will have a goal. they'll win that game.
Well, like
I'm telling you, that's the game that they would win like that. Just not the game that leads to a trophy. I'm just telling you, that's the game they will win. So yeah,
yeah,
they'll win that game. I'm calling it now.
I just want to pile on some more misery on their season. But I also do want them, I want them to three-peat at second. You know, I want them to continue, like, to extend their record as the best loser in the history of the Premier League. Most place finishes. So maybe I should root for them. You know, I want them dropping down to third. You know, I want history to remember it because people would just look at the table. Nobody's going to remember what actually happened. So, yeah. All right. Well, you know, back to teams that actually win stuff. PSG and Inter are in the final. Who you got? I already know who you got, but
I already said Inter in the final.
well, I got PSG. I got PSG. You know, wait, let me explain my choice. You know,
Not a bad pick.
my choice going into it, especially the last couple seasons, has been more like agenda based. And you know, my agenda was one of the as a I've been forced into a position as a Mbappe hater. But you know, like now looking at it, I'm like PSG winning the Champions League doesn't really even say anything about Mbappe. Really, at the end of the day, it's like they finally won it. It'd be like that sometimes, you know. Um,
Who finally won what?
PSG, if they were to win it, it
Oh,
would not
if
seem
they
like
win it, okay,
it
okay.
would
If
not. I don't really I, I don't really think Mbappe would care. You know,
yeah,
he cry about it. You know, he just go next season and drop another 40 goals. You know,
he might even post it and be like "Allons-y, Paris Saint-Germain" on his story,
yeah.
and then go to
He-
practice.
if
Goes,
anything, like Mbappe built them up to be a team that consistently is trying to compete. He took them to their first final. You know, he did
yes,
what he could.
yep.
He's not he's not Superman. You know, so it's like one player can't win you the Champions League. Let's just say it that way.
No, we can't. No, we
And
can't.
then once I started, you know, I took my own agenda apart. I also looked at Inter. This is their second attempt in 3 years.
They back.
The last time they were here, they were hoed by a certain Romelu Lukaku, and they gave it
Oh God, oh my God.
freakingly away to Man
They
City,
were hoodwinked. They were
allowing Man City to win the Champions
they
League.
were fumbled by Romelu Lukaku, but this time they got rid of that parasite.
They have a
They're
and
free of the shackles of the Romelu.
now, honestly, I still think PSG will win this. And I know that my history is terrible. I'm like Charles Barkley when it comes to picking people that win shit. So advantage insert. So I'm gonna stick with PSG, but
Think
knowing how whenever I go with my gut like this, or I stick with my picks and I don't flip advantage Inter. You know, I'm gonna acknowledge that. But hey, if PSG break my streak,
but why are you picking PSG if it's advantage Inter?
no, it's just because of my history of picking teams. But I'm picking PSG because I think they are a better team all around. I think they defend better. I think they are a more complete team. I think Usman Dembele is I wouldn't say better than all of Inter's attackers apart from, you know, obviously Lautaro. I think they have Due
And
also on that side.
Desire Due.
Yep. I think they have great wing backs on each side and none of their wing backs is 35 years old. What's his
And
name?
here I was calling him Desire.
Yeah, yeah. Dumfries pulling out those performances when like even his
Zell.
own his own fans have been calling him a bum in Serie A. I don't think that's gonna continue. There's also been a low key collapse from Inter in the league, but I think that's just due to them being focused on winning this. If I had to choose,
Yep.
if I had to choose,
Champions League
Champions League,
all day,
especially
and they just won the league
mhm,
like
like two
last year,
yeah.
2 years ago.
Mhm.
So Champions League, man.
And it's like Inter Milan. What is another Serie A to them? Let me see. Teams with home.
At least they're not AC.
Yeah. Serie A.
Well, this is the summer, and they don't have AC, so it's gonna be hot.
Oh man, that was terrible. I don't know why people laughed at
I know. I had to just, I had to try something, man. All right, I gotta be the live.
Hey.
Keep, you know.
Hey, funnily enough, Juve have the most at 36, Inter have the second most at 20, and AC Milan have 19. So,
Whoa,
hmm,
whoa.
they really are rivals. They're scrapping in there, even though AC Milan have been non-existent for like a decade now. Really? Yeah, that's sad. I think it's time I might have to switch allegiances from AC to Inter if they win this one. I love the bandwagon hopping that I always do. I'm shameless about it. But yeah, in the league, Serie A, 3 games to go. Inter 3 points behind. So it's not a foregone conclusion that they will not win Serie A, even though I have the utmost faith in Conte and his haram ball team. But like the La Liga race, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Um, Back in England, who you got? It's an all English Europa League final. Who you got, guys? Guys, don't do this. Guys, don't.
Yeah,
Who you got in the Europa League final?
you already know, man. You ready for my answer?
Come on, I need to hear you say it.
The winner of the Europa League final will be the team from England.
Okay, which team is it gonna be?
From London. The London
The
team.
London team. Hey, we made the same pick. Hey, look, I think
Trust no clue has a clue this time.
he usually wins things in his second season. In fact, he always.
Usually. He always does.
Actually, it's always.
He usually always wins something in his second season. Usually always wins it.
I think, like, really, like, we can talk about whether they can keep him or not after the final, but I think this is like a massive chance for Spurs to just break the cycle. They need to break this loop of trophy not winning things. Like, I think this is literally their last chance. If they don't win this, and
And if they lose,
bro, if they lose, Ange is gone, and they'll never be respected ever again. This is their second European final. Last one was with Poach, arguably, I can't speak. Arguably, one of their greatest coaches of all time. I think he must have gotten them to at least a League Cup final too. Don't quote me, I'm not sure. But since then, literally no finals since. Like
if they lose,
nothing.
he'll be back in within a year or two.
Who?
Poach. Poach.
If Spurs lose, Ange will be back.
Poach will be back within a year or two.
Pochettino?
After the World Cup. Yeah.
Oh, if they lose this, they're gonna get Poach back.
After the World Cup. That's my foreseeing the future.
Oh, honestly, Spurs, for the future of your club, just win, man. You've already beaten these guys 3 times. You beat them 1-0, you beat them 4-3, you beat them 3-0. Just one more time. Beat them one more time. Man, you don't need this.
Didn't
As you do.
didn't Tuchel beat Man City 3 times in about 2 weeks to win a European
Yeah.
trophy?
Yeah. He beat them home way in Europe. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's doable. Man, this team, they suck. Just play them how you play them in the Premier
Not
League.
in Europe. They're undefeated in Europe.
Yeah, true that, but Spurs, man, you guys, Spurs are definitely the underdog here. This is way more important for them. Man, they've already won a Europa League. I think that was Mourinho, wasn't it? Like, come on, Spurs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course it was Marino. Who else would win the Europa League? Manchester United.
Spurs, this is your last chance to be taken seriously. Please win. I also have like I placed a bet on y'all like months ago. Like let me make some change off of you. I beg. Like I'm begging. Okay. Um. Yeah. But yeah, like last question. On Spurs and Manu. For me personally, this saves whatever team seasons wins this. For you, would this save either of their seasons?
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
And I don't care what Roy Keane says. I respect Roy Keane. Love you to death. But I don't care what you say about this fact that, oh, because they're 15th, whatever. If they win the Europa League, it's absolutely saves
Literally
their
saves
season.
their season because it's like
Absolutely.
not only did they win a trophy, but they're in the Champions League next season. Literally, like what finishing fifth and no trophy, or finishing 15th and winning Europa League.
How
Like
about finishing second and no trophy?
even worse, Arsenal. You could be Arsenal, make it into the semifinal, and then just no, or you could be Man U and consistently winning trophies. They win. They win. They might not be able to hold it together in the league over 38 games, but in non-cup competitions, like they're literally undefeated. Oh yeah, Roy Keane is going to have to hold that, especially with his comments against Bruno Fernandez. Like Bruno Fernandez
Yeah.
literally keeping that club together. Like I don't get the disrespect. Like Roy, he will latch on to certain players. There's always that one player that he's always wrong about. And as a fellow midfielder, you would think he would know, but
This is
he's
why I
has a
love Roy Keane.
blind spot for
This
certain.
is why I love Roy Keane because the people that he likes, he's the hardest on.
Yeah,
That's why I love Roy Keane, man.
I guess he
Need
wants.
more people like Roy.
I don't. I think Roy and the class of '92, they like to judge their team as if they're still Fergie's Man United.
Absolutely. Why not? That's the standard.
That's the thing.
Has there been a better standard set?
That's the
No.
thing. That
That's the
standard
best standard.
that standard is just like it's unfair. It's unrealistic.
Why is it unfair?
Because they're not anywhere close to that team.
So it doesn't mean you have to compromise your standards.
No,
Then you get rid of those players, and then you get players that will adhere to that standard.
well,
But you don't change your
Well, even if we're
standard.
talking about standards, like Bruno Fernandez gets into those Fergie teams with these goals and assists. In fact, Bruno Fernandez probably benches Roy Keane himself. Let's
I
talk
don't know.
about that.
I don't know about that.
Let's talk about that.
I don't know about that.
Because like my point with the standards is that
I don't think so. I don't think.
my points with the standards is this. Like, look, Bruno Fernandez is far and away your best player.
Yes.
There's no point in criticizing the man that has been keeping it together this entire time. There's literally 0 point.
But I hear where Roy's coming from because here, check me out. Would you take Bruno Fernandez to be the best player on your team, Shags?
No.
That's as simple as that. As soon as you said no, Now do you see where Roy's coming
No,
from?
but still, it's like it doesn't make sense to criticize that anyway
It
because
does.
you don't criticize the you
Because
criticize
Roy is
everything
not
else.
lowering. Roy does not lower the standard even for the best player. That's what he's trying to tell you. I don't care if this is our best, if this is our king. I am going to call him out for what he really is, a fraudulent king, which you
He's a,
check.
Bruno Fernandes is a fraud.
That's what Roy King is saying. Isn't that
Yo,
what
yeah,
King is saying?
man, I've heard it. Roy needs to sit this conversation out.
No, but that's basically no. Roy is extremely hard on pause on Bruno Fernandez for this reason. Is what I just said when I asked you the question. Would you take Bruno to be the best player on your team? And what was your answer?
It's not up to Bruno though. He doesn't sign.
No. But that's the point. It's not up to Bruno what Roy gets to say. You see what I'm saying? Bruno only has to do is play, and we all we got to do is judge. And your judgment was, I don't want him as the best player on my team. Then how much Roy Keane?
So what? Roy wants him out of his team.
Roy wants his team to play better under the so-called best player of his team. That's what he wants. You won't even take him to be the best player on your team. So all I'm saying is, how much more does Roy want?
Roy is unrealistic because like what does he want them to do? Fire their coach? Like how do like
He wants
you know
to win.
all these class
He wants them to
they
win more.
always they love to criticize but they never have a solution.
He wants them to win more Premier League games.
How?
He
How?
wants them.
Like that's nah. Roy Keane is just wrong. It is like nah because you can't just criticize, and then not have no solution for anything.
You want him to throw praise on them? They've been terrible.
There's no need to praise, but what's your solution? He's just talking like calling him a fraud, saying he doesn't even want.
Okay, I don't think he called them a fraud per se,
Like,
but I'm just saying that his criticisms, I can see where he's coming from because
he's just
you made my argument. You literally made my argument.
he's just an angry fan.
Of course,
He doesn't have any logical like.
he's not just an angry fan. He's an angry fan who has skin in the game.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has a little skin.
He's not
A little
logically like logically. It doesn't make any sense to. But
No, but,
just maybe from his point of view,
no,
he
but
sees the criticism as a way to get under their
it's
skin.
wrong though, because you might not agree with his stance, but you can't say it doesn't make sense logically because you just proved why it makes sense logically when I asked you.
No, it doesn't make
That's
sense.
why it makes sense logically.
If I was
You're not
a Man
agreeing with that.
U, if I was a Man U
That's
fan,
logical.
no, if I was a Man U fan, I definitely want Bruno Fernandes to be because he literally is the best. But I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't need my best player. In fact, I have a better player that
Bro,
like no, like
that was a lie. That was a damn lie.
nah, like Bruno Fernandes is a world class player at the end of the day.
I'm not saying he's not a world class player.
But it's like
That was a damn lie.
it still
If
doesn't
you
make
had a
sense.
choice, if you had a choice as a Man U fan to have Bruno Fernandes or I don't know, Rafael Leao be your best player, you're taking Bruno?
This question doesn't make any sense. Like why does what does this have to do with anything? If anything,
I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
board. Why not
I'm
have
just saying
Al?
there's level to world class. And it's just, I don't know about you, but I'd rather have, I don't know, Jude Bellingham be my best player than Bruno. I saw Jude Bellingham take a team to a Champions League final and win it. So I don't know about you, but there's levels to world class. That's all I'm trying to say.
And all I'm trying to say is criticizing your best player is pointless, and he's not thinking logically when he does that.
No, it's very point. You should criticize your best player.
It's
Heavy,
not.
heavy is the head that wears the crown. So
I guess I'll go.
who else
I'll
did you
have to.
criticize?
I have to go and find exactly what he said. But if he's calling this
I mean,
fraud, he's just
I never said he called him a fraud. I just said he's very hard pause on Bruno Fernandes. That's all.
it can't like if he keeps.
And you even admitted this too. So and I'm just saying and For example, when we were bad, we were a bad team. Who are we calling out? Our so-called best player, Kai Havertz. You were constantly
Best
calling
player.
him out.
Nah, he was all right.
When he was on Chelsea. Who was the most called out player? Who was the most called out player? Was Kai.
It was Kai because he wasn't doing his job, not because he was our best player. That's not why we're calling him.
But who was our best player? Who?
When Kai Havertz was
Yeah, when he was on the team, who was our best player?
Kante was
Who scored the Champions League final goal
Kante
to
was
win
our
it?
best player.
No, but I don't think Kante was even like playing like that. He
Oh,
was
he
like,
played every single game when we won the Champions League. Kante was our best
no,
player.
I'm not talking about that. But we weren't criticizing them that year. We were criticizing Kai Havertz the year where we had 5 coaches in 1 year. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but we weren't criticizing him because he was our best player. He was never our best
But
player.
I'm saying that who was our best player that season?
It was
Who
probably
scored the most goals for us that season, for example? He did.
that's
So I'm just like, who can you tell me who was better than him for us at least? Why were we criticizing him so much? Because we saw what he did during the Champions League year, and we're expecting more from him, and he didn't give us that.
this is not the same.
And you constantly said that you were expecting more, and he didn't give us that,
This is
and that's why you criticize him a lot.
this Kai
What?
Havertz like comparison is a
No, all I'm saying is like that's what you expect from your best player. You expect more. Like you expected from Kai Havertz that season, and he didn't give you that.
yeah, but like
That's
what
what
more do
Roy
you
Keane is
want?
saying.
What more do you want from Bruno? Bruno is literally their best player and performing. Like compared to Kai Havertz, who was not performing.
Look, that's
It's
not
not
what
the
I'm
same.
saying. That's not. It's not that even Kai Havertz was performing. He scored the most goals for us that season. So he did something. It's not like he did nothing. That's what I'm saying. He scored the most goals for us that season, and we still complain about him. You see what I'm trying to say? That's all I'm saying. So I can see where Roy Keane is coming from. I can totally see it because this has happened. I've seen this happen before. This has happened to, like I said, Kai Havertz. And I'm not even saying Kai Havertz is on the same level or better than Bruno Fernandes. All I'm saying is similar situation, terrible team. Responsibility is on you, whether you deserve that responsibility or not. Certain people were putting their responsibility on you.
We'll see because if they do end up saving their season, Bruno Fernandez is the player of the season.
He's gonna get
The
the
one,
praise.
the one who's gonna pull it together for them to win that.
Exactly. So
Like
it's only right that he should.
opinion, Roy
Yeah,
just straight up wrong, but we'll see. He's the one who wants to finish second with no trophies, so we'll see.
he's hurt. He's hurt with all those losses.
It's way
So
too personal for him, but it's
absolutely.
understood. It's understood. All right, now your favorite, the pride of London, the best team in London. London has been blue for a while now, for a very long time. We've made yet another European final. Easy, like barely an inconvenience. Super easy. Like I said, it should be. Now we actually have some competition in the final. Uh, with Anthony, like prime Anthony, not just any Anthony, prime Anthony. Like this Anthony is like the best Anthony in the multiverse of Anthonys. This is literally him. It's probably not the best one in the multiverse, but one of the best. At least this version of him in at Betis. Are we gonna lose to Anthony?
Could
The way he answers questions sometimes.
we have players like Cucurella, our left back. So yeah, he could totally get cooked by Anthony. So that's it.
Cucurella could get cooked. He has been getting cooked. But shout out to Cucurella for being consistently not getting cooked this season. Cucurella doesn't get cooked as often as he used to get cooked. He is every now and then. but overall, consistently over the season, I'd say him, Enzo, and Caicedo probably are our top three players. So especially since he doesn't even play at left back anymore. He's not even he's a midfielder now, you know. So shout out Cucurella. He's not on the left wing defending to save his life, getting exposed. So yeah, I guess shout out to Maresca for that. But no, we're not gonna lose just because of Cucurella. I think we win this. There's no way we don't win this game. There's absolutely zero chance we don't win this game. I'll just put it that way. Anthony will put in a streets won't forget performance, but the streets will probably forget the performance. He might score, he might assist, but there's absolutely zero chance. I'll guarantee this. Chelsea are going to win the Conference League. And in doing that, they're going to make I put quotes because it was never my dream of Chelsea being the first club to win all European trophies. Look, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Like, the Real Betis, y'all had a good run, but it's over. It's over now. Chelsea are going to have to take it away from them. Because like honestly, if we don't qualify for top five or win the conference league, it's Maresca out for me. That's how bad. That's how much of a what's the word? I can't even. What's that word? Not a catastrophe. It would be an atrocity. And then so Maresca would need to get sacked for that, plain and simple.
Well, what do you know? Here we are.
Don't. Okay, all right. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Chelsea,
We are
Bentony.
exactly where I predicted we would be at the beginning of the season.
Champions League and the trophy. We did it. Well, not yet, but
No, I said around fifth or sixth, and
you predicted us finishing seven. Like, come on.
seventh. No, I said the same place that we finished under post. I said on the same place as last year.
All right, all right.
That's literally what I said.
I'll fact check that. But I definitely had this qualified.
I checked it. I said literally where we finished under poach. I said I didn't think we would do any better.
We could do better.
We could,
We could.
but we're gonna need help from other teams.
Well, I mean,
We gonna need help from
well, we do play a certain.
Liverpool, um,
We play a certain new.
Brighton. We gonna have to win that game too.
No,
Like
new.
we're gonna have to do all.
I don't. We don't need help from anybody, honestly. As like, if we beat Newcastle and Forest, we're good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we got to win those games.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be on us. Like it's literally everything is in our hands.
How many must wins have we won?
We won the last two must wins.
And we've had like 10 must wins before that.
But hey, form is everything. We've won the last two must wins.
So
Yeah,
we'll see how we do with these last must wins.
These aren't must wins.
I'm not fooled by anything.
These aren't even must wins. These are cup finals.
I'm not fooled by anything.
Finals. And we beat Liverpool. We beat Drew Garden. We beat Fulham. We beat Everton.
Those teams weren't serious. Liverpool wasn't serious.
But Newcastle is serious.
Drew Garden were on their way out. No, this is serious.
Let's talk about Newcastle then. Let's talk about Nottingham Forest. Like, what do you?
No, this team that is coming up. Yeah, but we haven't played them yet. Is what I'm saying. The teams that we just beat are teams that are Drew Garden, or they're already booked their vacation to wherever Cancun is in.
Well, that's the thing. We're not talking about Drew Garden. You're basing your prediction based on teams that weren't serious, right?
No, but that's what you're basing our form on.
Well,
so how's that better?
Form saying since we've been winning, we've won our last two. We're in good form.
Right.
Newcastle aren't. It is literally in our hands right now.
Yeah. No, I know that, but what I'm saying is that I'm not that convinced that like, oh my god, like we got this. Like, no man, we're gonna have to fight for this. We haven't shown
Every
anything
game is a cup final, but like
that
I think
like
we have shown in recent weeks that we can still put in a good performance here and there. We're not as bad as we
we're gonna need more than a good performance. We're gonna have to win convincingly. Even the winning against Liverpool wasn't that convincing to me. But
were.
hey man. I mean, I guess I'm just toughest on my
Hey,
team. Hey,
hey, 3 goals against Liverpool, 3-1. Even though they dashed us one there, and then we got the penalty. Look,
basically two.
winners
The bad
win. Like,
basically two.
we don't need to make up excuses for why
It
we
was
won.
thanks to Kwanzaa, but hey, it's okay.
It's not. There's no point making excuses for a win. It's like a win is a win at the end of the day, and it's like if if all we have to do is beat Newcastle, I think we're good. We have Newcastle, Man U, and Nottingham Forest. And then we have a cup final, and then we go to Club World Cup. This season could end,
Yeah, we'll see.
and I think, like, I agree with you. It is the scrap. It's still every game. It is gonna be a fight, but
Like I'm not like just but no,
I
like
think
I'm not sold on anything till I see it happen. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think.
I'm not with this thing.
Well, it's like that's the point of the podcast, isn't it? It's like give predictions. Like what do you think is gonna happen instead?
I predict that we lose to Anthony and we probably make top four. That's my prediction. We lose, but we make top four.
Okay, so what were you arguing against this entire time about like us finish
No,
higher than
because
what you predicted?
no, because you were saying that oh like
Well, it's
oh
not about what
we've
I'm
been
saying. It's
winning,
what are you
we've
saying?
been
When
winning.
are we gonna finish?
No, that's my prediction. You asked my prediction. That's what I said. But you were making the argument that oh, we've been winning, we have a good form, so like we feel pretty good going to the final. And I'm like, I don't, because of the teams that we played. They're not really that much of a competition compared to this team that we're playing. That's coming. Like they're a real threat. They tied Barcelona. They tied Real Madrid. They're a real threat. Like, but hey, it's okay. Yeah, Real Betis is a really good team. Like you're looking at me like
They're
they are a good team.
they're not a better team than our team, Chelsea.
They could be on any given day. On any given day, it could be them or us. We could be better on that day, or they could be better on that day. It just depends what day it is. That's what I'm trying to say. They're a very good team.
Oh, we know what day it is, and
They're miles better than any team we faced in the Conference League. I'll tell you that. Miles.
yeah, well, we face teams that are better than them on a weekly basis in the Premier League. So
Who?
again,
Crystal
if
Palace?
we do not beat this team, then Maresca should be sacked.
I don't disagree with that, but all I'm saying is like, yeah, they're not just like,
We're literally playing a team that's better than them next week. No,
yeah,
we're playing Nottingham
sure,
Forest. Nottingham
I
Forest is
guess.
better than them.
Hmm?
Nottingham Forest is a better team. Newcastle is a better team.
Nah,
Liverpool is a
I
better
wouldn't say
team.
Only Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, sure, Liverpool, yeah, but Nottingham Forest, absolutely not. You saw what Man City made them look like. Man City brought them back down to where they belong. So
Well,
don't worry.
Man City can make anybody.
But this is Man City's worst. This is supposed to be Man City's worst year. Remember, this was supposed to be. They're supposed to be bad this year.
This
So
season, they're
no, Nottingham Forest.
time.
They just took advantage of other people being bad. They're not that good a team.
Yeah, well, not for Man City, like a terrible season, they might finish second, and maybe it's not so terrible
Mhm.
after all. Maybe it was just a
Yeah, right.
blip, and
But it's their worst season ever
maybe they were just
under
missing.
Pep. Their worst season under Pep.
Yeah, maybe they were just missing their Ballon d'Or winner in midfield, and maybe Kevin De Bruyne was just old, and Haaland was just useless, and Foden went missing. You know.
My God, Foden go missing. Oh God, oh my God.
Like
Like
maybe.
we have to save that topic for like the end of the season.
But man, like
Like
Marcus has skated so much with him, like being every other week. We haven't like been able to roast Foden as we usually do. He's missing even in the chats. It's just like where's Foden at? Where is he at? Nobody
He's
knows.
he's with little Phil,
Is with Phil Jr.
Phil Jr.
Yeah. Last topic of the day. Trent Alexander Arnold. Yeah.
Hmm.
He has announced his intention to do what we already knew he was gonna do. I don't see the point of announcing things like that. I guess it's more for his fans, even though his fans already hate him. Has been burning, they've been burning his jerseys, but
Liverpool fans.
yeah, Liverpool fans hate him. Oh wait a minute, wait a damn minute.
We have Adika Sticks calling him Judas Iscariot.
I know, right? I just think Liverpool, they're on a high right now. You know, they really think losing a player to Real Madrid is the end of the world. It's not. I've been screaming for years, man. If you're not gonna play that man in the midfield, let him go. Let him go. And it's not like they don't already have replacements. I
Mm-hmm.
think they already have. It's not Harvey Elliott. It's one of their young
Connor
guys, Connor
Bradley.
Bradley, that can actually defend in their squad. They don't have to pretend that Trent is a great defender anymore. They can actually rebuild and make a signing or two. I think they were linked with what's his name? Is it Frimpong? Couple left.
Oh, Frimpong. That's
So
that's
it's
that's a
like I don't think crying about Trent leaving, like the dude wants to leave. Like, why are you trying to force a player that wants to go live out his dream stay? You can't do that. He's gone. That's it. Call it a wrap. Stop being childish and burning jerseys. And stop calling him a fraud. He gave you guys. He won literally every trophy with y'all. What more do you want from him?
stay.
Nah. Well, you have Salah staying. You have Van Dijk. 2 out of 3. And you have a Premier League to show for it, and a runners-up medal from the League Cup. You'll be alright. Yeah, they'll be alright. Honestly, I think this is more like the who's losing more in this Trent going to Real Madrid. For me, it's Real Madrid because that man cannot defend at all. So Liverpool are going to be better. They're going to improve without Trent. They need to stop being crybabies. I know I probably shouldn't tell them how to feel about losing one of
Addition
the
by
best,
subtraction.
you know, best childhood academy players for free, but y'all will be alright. Like, grow up. Like, players leave from Real Madrid all the time. You're not the first or the last. We went through it with Courtois. Who else lost players to Real Madrid? PSG lost Mbappe to them. Any like anybody that tried to sign
Jude, Tony Cruz, Luka Modric.
Bale, Rudiger. We all lose players to Real Madrid. BVB would tell you Dortmund. So Liverpool, you're nothing special. You'll be alright. But yeah, man, it's looking like another very interesting weekend of football ahead. Um, top 5 race, it's definitely gonna go down to the wire. I'm feeling super confident. You have kept consistent all season about how you feel about this team. Me, my vibes are more like this. So I'm optimistic that it will be a good ending. But again, I could flip where I want Mariska out at the same time, and I do acknowledge that. But yeah, but if you've been listening this long, I'd like to thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I appreciate you, all of you,
I'd also
for
like
listening.
to thank Kaz for not falling asleep this time. Like it was close. It was close. But thank you. Um, Go ahead and drop a like, drop a comment, share, subscribe, like, subscribe, the 2 most important ones. share with your friends, and yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.